mostly goes to the army. So this is the same army that has been terrorizing us and cracking down on peaceful protesters and civilians, which is completely unacceptable. So at this point, whatever President Obama will address will really be irrelevant to what the situation is in right now, because we are building democracy from the bottom up, by the people, from within the people, and it's for the first time in the Arab world that the United States or any foreign power doesn't have to do with anything of bringing change to this and democracy to this part of the world.
Did you feel the same 2 years ago? This speech will be given just about 2 years, almost exactly 2 years after the president came to Cairo, came to your city and delivered his speech introducing himself to the Arab and Muslim world, promising that he hoped relations with the United States would be better, and especially that young people like you would look to the United States as an example. Did you have any hope back then?
I can only speak on behalf of myself, but in what I can tell you is that the sentiment that I get from the street is that America is not the model of democracy that we are striving for. We don't see that America's model of democracy is the aim for this revolution. In fact, it started long ago, 10 years ago, with the Second Palestinian Intifada and the U.S. invasion of Iraq that strove people to take actions in the street and against colonialism and imperialism, which America, after all, arguably, you can say, some people believe that it stands for.
Do you see a consistent U.S. policy in the region?
It's very hypocritical. U.S. will support a dictator over the other if it aligns with its interest or not. So main interest in the region are oil and Israel. Words are always nice. When President Obama came into Cairo and gave his speech, some people, saw that it's a great gesture and it's first of its kind and so on. But at the same time, nothing has changed since. If anything, I think the situation has gotten worse. Iraq is still, the war in Iraq is still happening. The U.S. support to the Egyptian military, who's, like I said, has been, not performing it as its best since the revolution happened. So there's a lot of concerns, but at this point, I get the feeling that Egyptians are not concerned about what Mr. Obama is going to say. They're concerned about justice, minimum wage, free bread, the freedom of speech, democracy, our parliamentary elections, things that affect us on a daily life. And nobody, whether America or other country, can help us. It's our duty and our role to play in painting our future.
Gigi Ibrahim, appreciate your perspective today. Our senior analyst, David Gergen, is with us tonight from Salt Lake City. David, I was struck in that conversation, a 24-year-old young blogger, precisely the generation President Obama hopes to reach in the region, saying, reject the teachings of jihad, embrace the United States and democracy, and wow, was she so skeptical. What can the President of the United States do tomorrow to reach her?